Now it's working. Before I started the whole thing and it said nothing was working. Now it's working. See, it's working. Before I started the whole thing and it said nothing was working. See, you can hear me telling myself that it's working. See, it's working. Very bright in here, and you're all over it because I am not closing my windows and darkening this place up because it's just too cold and miserable, and the sunlight makes me happy. I like sunlight. For some reason, this failed. I get all that under extruding. And this is new. I printed last night, finished the print, shut the machine off, fired it up this morning, loaded a new file, and hit print. Nothing's changed other than time. Why is it sticking to my PTFE? Not supposed to do that. Something very bad is going on. Something very, very bad is going on. I put the camera over there at the printer, but then you wouldn't be able to see because the sunlight's just blaring in the window. And you're hearing my jaw click probably. No one else was streaming, so I figured I would. Doesn't Wiley usually stream around now? TH3D did a live stream on the Ender 5 build 16 hours ago. When was 16 hours ago? A long time ago. Last night. I did not know that. I'm going to eat my egg. There's no one here watching anyways. Yum. Protein. Good for you. So there's something. I got a sore throat and a headache. I must be getting a cold. I couldn't sleep last night. Felt like crap. I'm over it. So is there something going on that I didn't know about? That nobody's streaming? I think what I need to do is really crank up my temperature on my printer, but it seems like the nozzle's clogged. Why is it saying tool is off? Connect. Disconnected. Okay. Crank it right up to Raptor temps. Is there anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me. I pitch this over there without blinding you guys? Probably not, huh? Not really. You know what? I'll do half and half. That should help a little. Then if I take a clip, I really want a bigger one. I don't think I have any bigger ones left. Clip it on here. Kind of helps. Yeah, that sort of helps. Then I can take this out of the way. Get these out of the way. Throw out all this crap. Now that this is up to temperature, it usually feeds right through. I don't know why it's not. Now to really force it. So I got a nozzle clog of some sort or another. That's a bummer. I really dislike taking the nozzle apart. Oh, look at all the nice spuge I just put on the board. Great. Now that sucks. All right. Before I go any farther, I need coffee. Going to get some coffee. Nobody's here anyways. I'm back. Anyone show up? No. What is today? Some kind of super secret don't stream day? Super secret don't stream day or something that I didn't know about? Where's my... I can quit. Octoprint. There's something seriously going on. With this here printer today. Do 20. True. Certainly not doing an extrusion. Which is kind of odd. This stuff has been flawless till now. Actually been surprisingly good for inexpensive silk filament. I just need a new piece of paper towel. And yes, this is just a piece of paper towel that I am using for a wipe. Well, it's pushing through somewhat now. I've got it wicked hot, and I'm doing a hot pull. So most of you will tell me, "Yeah, cold pull." Actually, this works sometimes. Something still ain't right. I'm not going to push too hard to get it to come out. Let's raise her up a little. Still no one here. There's no one on YouTube today. So, buttons. Says there's 2 whole watching. Anybody actually out there watching? I like my sunshine. Hey, there's somebody here. Hey, Matt. Was this like a no stream day? Nobody else was streaming. That's the only reason why I started one. I don't even really feel that good. I think I got a cold, I got a headache, and a stuffy nose, and a sore throat. I don't care. I'm just going to power through. I'm not going to let it stop me. I didn't sleep at all last night, and I don't care. But this is kind of annoying because this thing's under extruding, and it seems like it's for no reason. Which means I got to take it apart, and I really don't want to take it apart because I hate taking it apart. But I guess I got it. I hate taking this thing apart. There's definitely something going on. Extrude. It's extruding, but it's certainly not an even extrusion like it normally is. It was printing so well before. It's not looking too bad. Maybe I cleared it. Maybe I cleared it. What's up, John? Lyrics to a new song. Missed something? Did I say something that was funny or musical? I don't know. Something's up. The printer is not printing well. It is sick. It is under extruding. I don't know if you can see that, but all the sunlight. Oh no, it's way under extruding. We block some of the sunlight. Can't block it all. I'm not closing the window. There you can sort of see it. Nah. It's not bad for this little cheap $10 for freaking camera. Just got 1 hour, nothing to do. You want to hop in? We can actually have people here. Instead of just me babbling away about crap while sick and sore throaty. Jump on in if you want. How do I know Matt Johnson? How do I not? I know your name, and all of a sudden it's just not something. I don't know. I'm just sick, and my brain's not working. Anyway. I know you don't see much, but every once in a while you speak, and it's something besides just me. Whatever. It's up to you. I really don't care either way. Actually, I do. Seems to be much better. It seems to be. Something's still not right. You know, I should just take it apart. Be safe. Really sucks doing it, but that's life. Oh, hot crap. I'm going to need glasses. Hate doing it running. You know what? I'm going to keep the temperature down. Because it's at 235 right now. Let's, what am I doing? My brain is just not working today. Let's kick it down to 205. My brain is malfunctioning. There is no function. Malfunction. Okay, that's pretty bizarre. I'm rebroadcasting the broadcast of the rebroadcast. That's pretty cool that you can do that, actually. All right, let's disconnect the fan. Yes, I know I'm doing it while it's running, and it's stupid, but I'm gonna. Because I've never been known to be the brightest person in the room. Because, you know, well, I'm not.
I'm on.
Hey, what's up? Who's here?
Not much. John.
Oh, it's John. What's up, dude?
Not much.
So how'd you end up with an hour off? What do you got break at work where nobody's wanting their telephone system screwed up more?
No, I don't do that for work. I just do that for fun. Just no way
What do you
schedule.
actually do for a living?
What?
What do you actually do for a living?
Office 365 onboarding.
That's what I thought. Oh, that's right, the software. The phone thing is your hobby.
Yep.
Oh, I forget about that. All right.
The phone is just for fun.
Freaking mess. All right, here comes the fun part. The hot part. Here comes the best part of the trip. Best part I really dislike. Let's see. That's too small. It's this one. That would be the one. And she dropped. And I have to get this sock off without burning myself. Look at dumbass.
Oh, attaching that fan back through the heat block to the motor.
I'm not sure what the hell's going on. This thing just all of a sudden this morning. I mean, it printed beautiful last night. You can see right here. That is freaking gorgeous. And all of a sudden this morning it was printing away. I went downstairs to get a coffee, came back up, kind of ignored it. And I looked again and it was wicked under extruding. Now I tried to clear it and throw all kinds of stuff. It's probably just a nozzle clog. The nozzle is pretty shabby looking. And of course I got this thing all wrong in my grips. Somewhere I actually got a socket that fits this thing beautifully. This thing's all tight and crap. Should have broken free by now. Wonder if there's been a leak that I didn't know about. Kind of looks that way. Hot, 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 hot. Dumbass, hot, hot. Hot, hot. Very, very hot. So very hot. There it goes. The inside of the threads are all clean. It's just the actual nozzle's dirty. All right, we'll kill the temperature. Now that I got it apart. Yeah, hot and off. Wow, my brain is not working today. And then we take these here things and we grab onto it while it's still kind of warm.
Oh, I didn't see that emergency stop button before. Is that a plugin?
Huh?
That emergency stop button on Octoprint?
Oh, these down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a plugin for that. What's the name of it? It is called
Or the
Custom
emergency
Control Editor.
Oh,
And
okay.
you write your own little mini scripts.
Oh, and that e-stop, is that the emergency stop?
Where?
Or at the bottom of
this is the one thing that really, and I've contacted her a couple times about. Once a year, I don't give her a lot of money, but I always give her $5 like once a year.
Yeah.
I really want this up top, like right here, big red button.
Is that on Octoprint or is that a plugin?
That's the Octoprint. That's the stock Octoprint now. You know what? That might actually be a plugin.
Because I'm on the same version, the 1.3.10.
Action command prompt. Kira engine. Control. Those are my e-stops. Yeah, no, it is a plugin. E-stop setting. That's right. I like it up there. And I think you can move it around. I'm just not that great at that stuff. But I really want this upload button up here. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah.
But shouldn't that upload button be right here? like right above the search, and then your list, instead of down here where you got to scroll down to it every damn time.
I don't think it'll really matter if your screen
It doesn't
resolution is
matter,
high
but
enough. Like I usually see the whole page
there is
without
a lot of black
needing.
goop on this thing.
I don't have to scroll around.
There is a boatload of black goop on this thing. Why is there black goop on this thing? Like a lot. I mean, so it's so thick, I'm literally just popping it off with my fingernail. I don't know if you can see what the hell I'm doing here. Probably not. I have a feeling I got a nozzle clog. I'm trying to remember which nozzle this is. I've gotten so many, I'm about ready to throw them all out and start from scratch. I can't remember which one's which. This is definitely a coated one. It's not the tool steel. Thought I had the tool steel on here. Huh. It is going to get a bath. Hopefully that fixes it. Some people use a torch, and then they wonder why they melt the crap out of their nozzle, and it gets all distorted. You just use a lighter. It does everything the torch will do, except for destroy the nozzle. No, I just got some brushes. Metal, stainless steel and brass bristle brushes, which I might have to use in a second here. Because that ain't taking it off. Took some of it off, but not enough of it. Bunch of cameras coming over here. Stop presenting. Oh, let's come over here. Trials and tribulations of 3D printing. That thing's still warm. I don't know if these are any good. I just got these. Yeah, it didn't work. So why isn't Wiley and all them guys streaming today?
I don't know. Don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, one of them guys is usually on. The only reason I started streaming is because nobody else was. It's not too bad. It's pretty soft. This is stainless. There's 3 brass and 3 stainless. Ooh, I kind of like that better. So, I could swear I put a tool steel on there. Well, this is definitely not the tool steel nozzle. This is definitely the coated nozzle. This would be a Swiss Micro coated brass nozzle, which are awesome. They're like my favorite because they almost never jam, which I'm surprised this is jamming. It's very, very surprising to me. Let's clean it up. See what's going on. The lighter heats up the nozzle. Pepe Le Pew. I don't know why I'm speaking in Pepe Le Pew voice. It just seemed right for the moment. My freaking throat is like so rough. And it's not even sore, it's just like clogged, if that makes sense. I'm not seeing any filament bubbling up yet. So it can't be hot enough. Is that bubbling up? Sure it is. And that's not doing really much of anything. Well, I guess it is. Freaking threads are all black, which is unusual. I was thinking it was leaking, but the inside of the block isn't black. It's just the threads on the nozzle. But we will clean them up. It's actually working pretty well. I think I need a little more heat. Heat her up, baby. I've seen so many people go, oh, use a torch. Like, why? Torch will melt the frickin' nozzle if you leave it on there too long or do it too hot. Or the lighter is just, you're not ever going to damage this thing with a lighter. And it's more than enough to melt most of the plastics.
I don't really have fancy nozzles, so I just replaced those brass one.
I started using these originally because I got some glow-in-the-dark filament. And I also got some tool steel. And I actually like these better than the tool steel. The tool steel does seem to clog more often with basic PLA, where this doesn't. These are cheaper, $5 cheaper. They're only like $10 for one of these, maybe 15 if you. I get them on sale all the time. I wait until they're on sale. And I had so many problems with a regular brass nozzle that they just wore out. If this is the one I think it is, I bought 3 of them. That's got the tool steel on it, so I don't know. That doesn't have one on it. That's got the one I got from. Oh no, it doesn't. That's got one that I bought. That's got the 0.6 on it. So where is my tool steel? Because I got one from E3D at IRF. They were handing out their demo of the what is now the Nozzle X. It was like their midway in between. I guess they handed one out similar at Murph, and then they handed out a newer version at IRF that they it wasn't for sale. It was still demoing. That I know a lot of people had problems with it. But I put it on here, and I never had a problem. So now I'm trying to remember what I did with it, because this is not it. This is definitely a coated, because it's all chromey, shiny looking.
It looks
That was
like a E3D.
Yeah, well, E3D was at IRF. This is definitely my coated brass micro Swiss, because it's a bigger, and it's a regular. I don't know if you can see it. It's a regular dome. It doesn't have the bolt with the tip coming.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, E3D has a flat face, and then it goes to the point, where the micro Swiss ones don't, depending on which one you get. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. And but I did get an E3D, and I thought that's what I had on here, and it tells you how often I change the nozzle. It's been so long because I was playing with the Frown King there for so long. I think it took me 2 weeks to get running. I got it running. I did like 2 prints, and now it's sitting over there, all just sitting there, not even plugged in. Everything runs but the screen. It really needs a new board. It's too freaking loud. I cannot deal with loud where it's right here in my room. trying to get it out of that groove right there. It doesn't want to get out. Definitely cleaner than it was. It's so weird that the actual, because usually when these are blackened, you've had a leak, you know, and inside the block gets all covered in goopies too, and the inside the block is like brand new. There's just one piece of crap in there that just does not want to come out, and I'm gonna get it out because I'm just that much of an anal idiot. Probably doesn't even matter, but it just irritates me. And there we go. That looks much, much cleaner. That hot? Sure it is. Yep, it's very hot. Oh, keep it moving, keep it moving. There we go. Heat it up again and get the last bit of it out. And we'll actually do a cold pull. Clean out the inside. We got to find a way that you can like stick something in there and brush the inside of these out. You know what I mean?
Isn't that what the drill bit is for?
Yeah, but you know
Tiny
what?
drill bit.
Never, ever, ever use a drill bit on one of these coated ones. Because the coating is so thin. The drill bit will grind the coating off on the inside of the nozzle. And that's bad. It's like really, really bad. But you do not want to do that with a coated one.
That's what I use for clearing just a regular nozzle. I just shove it up and clean
Yeah, I
everything.
got some of those, and I've damaged. That's actually why I stopped using the brass ones, because I always thought it was brass, and it was because I was using those stupid drill bit things. I actually have one of those kits with like 4 or 5 of them in it, but they'll actually do damage to the nozzle. The actual people don't realize is, you know, if you're careful with it, it's not a big deal. But if you got something really jammed in there and you start really poking at it, you can actually like, because the drill bit's stronger than the nozzle material is. You know, it's a stronger material. Not that you won't break it, because you will, but it's more rigid. It's firmer. So you start twisting that in there, you can actually oblong the hole in the nozzle, or enlarge it, or you can actually damage the nozzle. Now, again, if you're just like you were saying, you just buy the cheap brass nozzles, I wouldn't even bother cleaning them if they're, you know, I used to buy the 10-pack for $5. You just throw the damn thing out and move on to the next one.
Yep.
But these coated ones, never ever use a drill bit on, because you'll actually grind the coating off on the inside, and then the whole point of the coating is useless.
I have a problem with my FT5 that is in a similar nozzle setup. That
You have an FT5?
yeah,
I didn't
but
know
it seems to be like really hard to push the nozzle, the filament through, even when it's hot. Compared to, it's a lot easier on my MK8. So it just seems like something is jammed, and then I just keep having to.
Do you still have the stock MK8 hot end on it?
Oh, I replaced the whole assembly from another kit from Amazon, which worked good for a while, but I just seems to be keep needing to replace the throat as well as the throat liner and the nozzle, and then it'll work good for a while, and then it'll
Go and get the Capricorn tube. Capricorn makes a 3mm, not the standard 4mm, but a 3mm tube for the MK8 throats.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, ever since I put that in, I used to go through the little, you know, you got that little like 3-inch piece of nylon.
Yeah, there's white tube.
Yeah, they have the medium blue tube.
I actually just nip off a section of the TL tube that they got, and that maybe it's just the TL tube is the tolerance is too tight.
Oh, yeah, there's some crap in there. I can see through it now. And it looks pretty good. Yeah, there was some, almost looks like a piece of freaking sand. I don't know, I think I'm going to do it one more time. So this time I'll use a piece of HTPLA. It's dangling off my little wings. I should check that PTFE tube too, because I put the Capricorn in there. If you go to Capricorn and look, you don't want the standard 4mm. If that's an MK8 with the line throat, you don't want the standard 4mm. You need the 3mm exterior diameter Capricorn. It's like $7 for a foot of it. I think they give you, not even a foot. And I'll tell you, since I did that, I was never able to print PETG. Now I can. That looks much better. Alrighty then. Looks clean and shiny. I guess that was worth it. That was my little block thing look. It doesn't even look that bad. Usually when they get yucky, it gets on the inside. People don't realize, even though you have these stupid silicone socks on there, if you let it curl up, it can actually get inside the sock.
Oh, you mean the 2.85 tube? I see there's
what it is?
1.75 and
like
2.85.
Oh, Country just uploaded a video. Yeah, I think they call it 3. I have it right. Where the hell is it?
Oh, they also have heat break liner 1.75.
That's what you want. It's 3.0 liner. It comes in a little itty bitty.
It's like $7.99.
Yep. Comes in a little bag. It's this stuff right here. Looks just like the regular stuff, but it's much smaller. And I've done 4 units with this now. And this is how much I still got left. So, because I almost didn't get it because it was like $7 because you don't even, I think you get a foot or not quite a foot. Something like that. And I almost didn't get it. But I was like, you know what? I was having problems. So I was trying to print PETG. And I could print it for a little while, for like a week or two. And then if I did some long prints with the PETG, it would start clogging. And I'd take the thing apart, and the regular white PTFE tube would be all brown at the tip and like sucked in. It would be all shriveled. So it was causing jams or under extruding. And I was like, screw it. I'll just get the stuff for $7. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not the end of the world expensive. And I'm so glad I did it because it works really, really well. Yeah, because you have a lined one like this, right? That's the other thing. You got to find the ones that actually have a heat break in it. I did the cheapos that are just a threaded tube, and without that heat break notch in it, it makes a big difference. I got heat creep all the time by just using a straight one.
Okay, so inner diameter is 2 millimeter, outer diameter 3 millimeter.
Yep. That would be the stuff. Come on out, baby. It don't want to come out. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'll build a new one. I think I have another heat break tube. That might be it. That is not coming out.
Ooh, what is that montage adapter? That got like a little insert to the nozzle.
What's that?
Monstache adapter.
Not a clue what that is.
It's on the Capiton site. Interesting.
I know they've came out with a couple of new things lately. Oh, not Matter Hackers. I hate it when freaking Matter Hackers pays Google too much money.
Put the item in the Hangout chat.
Products. I don't think I have the chat. Oh, there we go.
It's supposed to be a liner for your nozzle. A ring of some sort to go between the nozzle and the PTFE tube.
Reduce you Fisher adapter works with series. Puck. They're showing this stupid thing, but they're not showing what it actually does.
It's like $25.
Oh, that's that thing you put in the top. You could print one of those. That actually goes in the top. What that does is, you know how everyone's bitching that like the with the MK10s, okay, an MK8, you have the throat like this. You put the Capricorn tube or your PTFE tube from the bottom, and there's a lip here where it stops. Then your direct drive or your Bowden comes down and hits it here. On MK10, you have one 4mm tube instead of this 3mm that goes all the way down and into the nozzle. And the problem is if those clamps don't hold right, every time you do a retraction, the PTFE tube can separate from the nozzle, leaving you that little hockey puck that appears in the hot plastic between them, and that causes your jams. Basically, what that's doing is turning your MK10 into an MK8. Everyone thought it would be better to have one piece of PTFE tube straight all the way down to the nozzle, but come to find out it's really not, because those hydraulic clips don't really hold perfectly. So every time you retract, you get a little separation between the PTFE tube and your nozzle face.
Okay, so if you have the tube,
stop that.
If you have the tube that have this little stopper on the other end, then you're fine then.
Yeah, if you're using an MK8 throat instead of an MK10, which is a 6mm, an MK10 should be 7mm. This is 6 and uses a 3mm inner tube. An MK10 is 7 or 8mm and uses a 4mm tube coming from the top. MK8 has a 3mm tube coming from the bottom, is all M6 threading, blah, blah, blah. If you're using this, you're better off. You just get that 3mm hot heat throat tubing, they call it, I guess, and screw all their attachments, and you just cut it right to it. You jam it in there as tight as you can, and then you take a knife. Don't even use the cutters or any of that. You take the knife and you just shave it right off flush with the end of this, and you'll be good. I never get leaks since I started doing that. I'm wondering why that won't come out, though. That's kind of annoying me. I'm going to have to heat it up now and check it out. I have a feeling that maybe it did back leak behind it. I put it in, I used it for about a month, and then I pulled it out just to check it.
That's not bad. There's a $7 include shipping because it's free shipping. So
yeah, but it's free shipping over like $25, isn't it?
No, it's a USPS US free shipping.
Really? That's new. Because I actually, when I went to buy this, I bought some more regular tubing because it was cheaper to buy more tubing than it was to pay for the shipping. Okay, why is that not coming out? It's starting to. I don't like direct heating it like this, but I'm over it. I have to reline it. Okay, the heat is actually pushing it out. It's bizarre. Or I might reline it. That's kind of cool. It's like pushing out as I heat it. And it's swelling and doing weird shit. So maybe that's my whole problem is this piece of tubing is finally shot. There it goes. Let's take a look at it wherever it went. Rolled away. Where'd it go?
Order placed.
There it is. So, this stuff is not infallible. It does last longer, but I don't know if you can see that.
There's the tube liner.
Yeah. See how it's all ribbed and blackened on the end?
From the heat.
I don't know if I just, some of this I probably just did, the blacking of it, but you can see like, you know, from here on up, it's all puckered.
Yes, deformed.
Yeah. Which that's what the white stuff did to me too. And I've been running it 235, 240 a lot lately because I've been running a lot of either PETG or the HTPLAs. So it's still not infallible,
Just
but
like
it's still
others.
outlasted the white crap.
Same temperature as all those Maker's Geek I got.
Yeah, that's what I've been running is Maker's Geek because I'm trying to get rid of the crap. It's really, I'm just, and it pisses me off because I actually like the Raptor. The Raptor filament is great stuff. But
Now
I just don't want it around anymore.
now there's Filament Geeks.
Yeah, no, they closed that too. They've relisted. Everyone's like, oh, they finally closed because they closed Filament Geeks too. I think they actually.
I thought Filament Geeks is the rebranding to reopen.
Well, they did just, from what I understand, I read a thing on it because I've actually been following it. Because I would love to find someone that has money and buy them out and help them start it. I'd love to get out of construction. I actually kind of know what I'm doing with some plastics and blah, blah, blah. I'd love to fucking, pardon my French, I'd love to, do like Sean does it, 3D. Or just anything. Just get into the business. Get out of construction. But, from what I understand, I was reading that there's a company that has the same address, same owner's name, that just listed for a business license in Michigan or Chicago or whatever it was. All right. So, what did I just do with that piece of? My voice is breaking up. Breaking up. My voice is breaking up. It's kind of funny. So you take this thing and you jam it in there. I don't want to go in. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, because I'm going in the wrong end, you dumbass. Hey, helps if you put it in the right end. There we go. It's still really tight. That's unusual. I'm not even sure I'm going all the way in. Now I am. That I can feel. Give it a couple spins just to make sure. And then take a nice sharp knife and you just slowly and easily snip it. Right flush with the end of this tube. And poof. I don't know if you can see that. I'll focus on that, will it? Come on, focus.
You just cut it flush instead of just leaving like a slight little bit.
Yeah, I actually flush it because one thing I've discovered with this is when you heat it up, it expands.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, with these nozzles, because
Because I know.
I'm kind of doing it wrong. I use the E3D nozzles,
Mhm.
which I actually have a video on all the differences, but really the only difference between an E3D nozzle and an MK8 nozzle is the length of the tubing here, the length of the threads. An E3D is like 5 millimeters or 6 millimeters, and an MK8 is only like 3 millimeters.
Mhm.
So with the longer nozzle in the block, you have more heat transfer to the filament. You actually have a longer hot area, which is why you have to use the actual heat break with the heat break in it, not just the threaded tube. But the E3D nozzles also are slightly crowned on this end, on the receiving end. They have a slight dome to them.
Mhm.
So they match up better. They seal better. So it's a win-win. The only thing you can't do is if you have like you have to use one of the aftermarket / E3D blocks, because if you use the MK8 blocks, they're actually narrower and the nozzle goes almost all the way through and you don't get enough threading on the heat throat to actually into the block to get a good, you'll strip it all the time because you're not getting enough thread turns into it. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, I guess I might just have to try out actual E3D nozzle because when I was playing with Colin's printer at Earth,
When you push on the filament to extrude,
Yeah.
like really little resistance to actually extrude.
Yeah, no, this usually does too. That's why I knew there was something wrong, because when I was, before I even got on the live stream, I was figuring I'd just do a quick cold pull. And
Yeah.
usually you get that first through and it like binds for a second and then it jams, it releases. Where this does that a lot less because you have a longer, again, you have a longer
Yeah.
hot zone.
And on
You hit
my
the
8 at
PTFE.
A8, it's just kind of is you could push it through, but it's not easy, and
Yeah,
it's even harder on the CL10 with the cap with the tube.
yeah. CR10s are just, I mean, they're good when they work, but when they don't, they don't.
And my FT5 is just really tight, really, really tight. So
That ain't
something just have to be jammed.
You know what? I'll just do this screen share thing again. Application window. Let's go to. None of them are up. Where's my Octopi? There we go. Application window, Octopi. There we go. Share. Now you can sort of see what I'm doing over here. Let's see, which side is the top and which side is the bottom? Goes this way. That's the other thing. A lot of people make the mistake. I don't know if you can see this, but the hole for your thermistor is on the bottom. You should always thread, and that hole should be in the bottom. If you flip this thing over, you got it upside down. And I've seen people flip them over because they put the screw in from the top. I'm like, that's backwards. And they're like, well, what's the difference? It's like, well, you're reading your heat way up here, not down there where it's actually at the nozzle. You're getting incorrect. I mean, it's still close enough when you get right down to it.
Or if the screw is at the top, it make it much harder to
Loosen
Yeah,
it
if your
when it's
thermistor's up
assembled.
above,
Yeah.
you're likely over temperaturing your filament because you're getting jams because you're reading a hotter temperature than the nozzle actually is, generally. Keep that one out. This one I don't need. Oh no, this is the one I do need. This is the one I don't need, right? Which one is this? Yeah, it's too small. Don't need that. That's the other thing. This set of freaking screwdrivers, the Botus, whatever they are freaking awesome. I bought these a long time ago as a joke. I don't know if you can read that. Botus. Bondahus or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but man, them things are awesome. These I've had them for a while, and they are great. I twisted the crap out of a couple of these, and they just take it. All right, I need to heat this thing up a hair so I can do a final crank on that nozzle. Let's kick it up to 230. Kaboom. Is it going? It is. I should probably pick it up off my PTFE, even though it won't actually burn it. It will actually burn it. If that makes sense. What do I got? Yeah, paper towel will do it for now. Burns the paper towel. All right, I need my wrench. Somewhere I got a freaking socket. A really nice one. Believe it or not, you know what works? You probably never played with them. I don't know if you play with RC cars. But they have like a hub wrench, you know, just like a regular car's tire wrench, you know, star, the hell you call it? Lug wrench. That's the word I was looking for, lug wrench. They have a lug wrench for the RC cars that fit those nozzles perfectly. And they're like aluminum. And they're awesome. And I can't find mine, which is really kind of pissing me off. All right, we're at 233. When it's only supposed to be at 230. Why is it so high? I don't know. Oh, because I have the sock off, and there's no cooling. Okay, I got this. Where'd my channel locks go? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Get a hold of this thing without shortening anything out. Helps if I open it up enough. Give this thing the last quarter turn. That would be it, dude. Uh-oh. Did I just get a fail? I think I did. Because it's dropping in temperature. Oh, no. Oh, that's because I grabbed it with the wrench. Hot end off. What else I can do while I got it here? And it's warm. Don't short it out, dumbass. The other people don't realize you whack one of these things, you can easily short it out by twisting them wires around. I might as well scrub down my block a little bit while I'm at it, huh? Some of the yuckies off of it. Not that there's that much. Those socks do help. Not only do they insulate, but they definitely keep everything cleaner. E3D was the first one to do that too, weren't they? Do the sock. The heat hot end sock. That's weird. I'm gonna have to like get a hold of Capricorn and say, what the hell, dudes? Because that is not good, and I never brought it up to it. It's supposed to cap out at like what, 280?
Were your sock mounted?
No, this thing, the actual tube.
You're just showing your screen.
Oh, right. I gotta stop sharing. Stop sharing. The actual Capricorn tube. I mean, you see.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
There, you can see that's all mushroomed at the end.
Well, you showed it to me too late because I just ordered it already.
Well, I'll still take it over the white. With the white, if I ran Raptor, at least once a month, I was having to replace it. Well, I haven't replaced that, and God, I bought that probably a year ago. And it's been in there that long. So, and like I said, I mean, you're getting so much of it that it's not like you have to spend another $7. I probably have 5 years worth of Capricorn tube there for all of my printers for that $7. I actually in this Core XY, it's got an E3D hot end. It's got a knockoff hot end, but when I bought the knockoff, I actually bought a true E3D nozzle and heat break. So the only thing on there that's not E3D is the actual cooling fins. And I had nothing but problems with it. I was getting ready to get rid of it. And I actually took one of these knockoff MK8 heat break throats, screwed it all in there, and used it with the PTFE, with the Capricorn tubing, and I have not had a clog in that thing since. So, yeah, it's still puckered after a while, but they all do. And I get less clogs with this than I do with an all-metal hot end. It clogs when something goes wrong, like it did. But it still clogs less often than an all-metal one did for PLA. I mean, if I was doing a lot of ABS and if I was doing a lot of PETG, I would probably go all-metal. But where I do 90% PLAs, and actually I found like the Maker Geeks and the other HT PLAs, like the Protopastas, all the Protopastas hated the all-metal hot end. I got nothing but clogs from Protopasta when I was using all-metal hot end. And I need, where to go? This one. And then the fan is back up and running. And I lost my stupid little guy. Everyone loves these Noctura fans. These little stupid rubber feet keep falling off on me. Every time I touch the thing, one of them little rubber feet falls off. I don't even worry about them anymore. They really don't help all that much in our case. All right, let's heat this thing up and push some filament through it. See what happens. Let's kick it up to 215 for now, just for giggles. Are we heating? Yes, we are. Let's clean up this mess while we're waiting for it to heat. I have a big mess here. Big mess. You've been watching the chat? I haven't even been watching the chat. Who's even here? Nobody. Just you and Matt. What is up with today that no one's on YouTube? Like I said, I only started broadcasting because nobody else was, and I was bored and playing with this thing anyways. That's weird. I'm going to have to take a photo of that and go, what's up, Capricorn? What's up with that, Capricorn? What you be doing there, guys? I mean, come on. All right. Let's stuff some filament through there and see what happens. Oh, that's much better. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right, let's start printing again. That's what we wanted to see. Oh, that's right. You know, you're following everything, not just my Occupy. Left body, wing 1, wing 2. This is the one I want right here. G-code viewer. This is what I wish right here that the duets had. You can actually see it. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten something in slicing, and then I go and watch it, you know, and I do this while it's heating up. And you go, oh, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right. Submitted layer height 1.4. That's good. All right. Sync with job. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about the Capricorn tubing. I have found that, especially like on my big one, that this XS series, I can't use it. I have to use a slightly cheaper TL, which is the semi-blue, that dark blue, almost black stuff that's supposed to be the best of the best. I just bind. Everything binds in it. Hang printer. I want to make a hang printer just for the fun of it. Okay, Octo print. Where are we at? Let's print. Oh, no, I can't. Stop. Cancel. 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 Yes. I knew there was something I forgot to do. Emergency stop. Error reported by printer. Killed. Printer halted. I need to connect. NDPie ready. I need to reset my bed height because I moved the nozzle around. But I still want it to heat up. Heat up. 215. Bed 70. Gonna work. Okay. And how hard are we? We're at over 245, so I can set the bed temp or bed height. I should probably square it again because it's probably out after I beat the crap out of it. That's way too high. The good thing is I have this awesome little thing here I built, so I can adjust it on the fly. Just that easily. Go the right way? I didn't, did I? Screw it in this way. Okay, how much lower can I go? There we go. A little bit more. Just a hairy bit more. That's what I want to hear. I want to go Just a hair more where I'm using a double fold. That would be it. Oh. Wing 2. Load. Why won't it let me load? Reload page. Load wing 2. Oh, that's my bed. 63. Close enough. Print. Oh, I never put my sock back on. Crap. Cancel. Definitely want the sock, because otherwise it'll freak out. Oh, emergency stop. That emergency stop thing is a blessing. Then you can just do all this stuff real fast and easy and not have to wait. Get the sock on there. I get my hands in there, get it on there without burning my ass. That is the question. Close. Until I worked in restaurants for years and years and years, that things don't scare me much. And it's on there. Okay, let's try that one more time. Reload the page. For some reason, it won't let me load the last loaded item. If I don't reload the page, get that on there. Keep my hot end up there. Keep my bed up there. Hit print. G-code viewer. Good job. There's like no action in chat. I'm surprised that no one's here today.
Oh, I got 4 minutes I have to get ready for my article.
I mean, there's just nobody streaming this morning. And I'm wondering if it was YouTube and everyone gave up, because I started streaming before I redid it and nothing went. Everything on my end was good and YouTube was like, we're not streaming. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at everything and it's like, it was all broadcasting out to YouTube and YouTube came back saying, your stream is not live. So I canceled it and restarted.
I got notification for the first one too.
Did you? Because it wouldn't go. I tried resetting everything and it wouldn't go. I had to like cancel it and restart. What's up, KCV63? How are you this morning? Bed is heating. I need 2 more degrees on the bed.
Okay, talk to you later.
I was having problems with my PTFE this morning too, because nothing would stick to it. But I actually had to sand it and stick to it. And I got some oil or something on it that wouldn't go away. You out of here? He left on us. Let's see what the actual printer is doing. Why don't we? Are we getting a prime line? We are, but it's not great. But there's one there. And it is printing, sort of. Might be a little high still. Or a little low. Hard to tell. What the hell is that sucking up into my belt? There's all kinds of things stuck on us on strings, stringy strings. Yeah, it seems to be working. Nice spot right here in the bed. Just a new thing. I wonder if there's something underneath it. Looks like Johnny left me. Bye, John. Chat action. Chat, action, chat. Action, chat, Matt. Matt, the action chat. Matt, chat, action, chat. I don't know. Trying here. And she's printing. It seems like she's printing pretty darn good. Much better. So, I'm going to have a chat with Capricorn and say, hey, why did your Capricorn tubing not last? I guess I really can't complain. I've had it in there like a year. I mean, even from there, you can see it's all puckered here at the top, can't you? Huh. We'll have to take some pictures. Whoops. I think I can zoom in with this here camera program. Yeah, I think I have heard them. Loading. Oh, it's re-downloading it because I haven't used it in so long. It's probably on an update. And of course. Wait for the freaking app to reload. Re-download. Is my broken glasses? Yep. That's why they're cockeyed, crooked. Hey, let's put on a pair of non-broken glasses. How about that? I think it's cleaner too. Look at that. Holy crap, they are cleaner. You can actually see out them. And this one has the little macro-y thing. Camera wants access to your camera. Yes, you can have access to my camera. Camera Plus would like access to your camera. Yes, you can have access to my camera. It's kind of why I would have a camera program, is to have access to the camera. Well, look at all that crap. I didn't know that was in there. Back to that. Continue. Okay. Not what I wanted. Where is it? Mile burst timer. That's not what I wanted. Oh, here it is. Zoom. There it is. This camera this app does really nice. Okay, where'd the thing go? I'm too zoomed and I can't find what I was zooming in on. Really not showing it well. Cancel. Saving 9 photos to camera roll. Bong! Camera Plus. If you have an iPhone, the Camera Plus app, I never believed there was a better app than Apple's own camera. And in some way, I still use Apple's own camera for everyday shooting crap. But if you have to do close-ups or zooms, that Camera Plus app has a wicked reconstruction. Gives you a higher detail. I don't know how to describe it. If you zoom in with the Apple iPhone phone, especially on this old crap, this is an old i5 or iPhone 5. It just digitally zooms and it gets all grainy and crappy. With this, it still digitally zooms, but it cleans the photo up a lot. You get a much sharper, cleaner image with the zoom. So it is definitely a good piece of software, and I think it's free or $1.90. I think I paid $1.99 for it. How are we printing? Oh, we're printing absolutely beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. So that was definitely the cause. Country just uploaded Gainesville Maker Fair Delta Maker. Good for him. You go, Walter. Uploading crap. I'm going to have to look in my emails, see how long ago, if I can even find it, if I haven't deleted it. I usually don't delete stuff like that. Philistruder, Super Volcano, no available. Don't care about the thing. A whole bunch of tweets. Let's see if I can find Kevin. Or Tails Cap Tubes. So, I bought that at ETF Heat Break Liner. I bought that. Where's the date? Date. August. So it's been about 6 months that I've had that in here. So it lasted about 6 months. What? Don't know. I'm getting junk mail all of a sudden. An account I never used to get junk mail. I kept it very clean. Oh well. So you get about 6 months out of this. Where the regular white stuff I used to get about a month out of. So it's still 3 times or 6 times longer, but I expected a longer lifetime out of it. Being honest. Considering what I use it, how I use it. What do they say their temperature rating is? In S series heat break liner. Just 3-day shipping. It's finally here. The heat break is in stock. Okay, where's some specs on it? You get 30 centimeters for $8. Launching a button to our fans. So if I just go to their XS settings, here I might as well like share my screen while I'm doing this, huh? You guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Application window. This one. Share. And this is the XS series. It's the darker. So they're saying where is their temperature range? Low retraction. Terra safety page for more details about high temperature printing. Okay. Use news about. Where would I find that? What about? What makes our voting tunes? That's the same damn thing I was just reading. They used to have a. They used to have a Infinity team 3 days ago. 50% off the Infinity Designer handbook. Yeah, it's still too expensive. Nice idea. I kind of like the Affinity, but not spending that much money on it right now. Hey there, 3D print creator. How's it going? They're not saying what the temperature actually is on that anymore. This is the wheel room. Oh, if I actually click on it, it might tell me. All right, temperature in degrees. Will it work? Yes. So I generally run it at the max of 235. Should we find printing slightly higher temperature meals, such as long as there is no pet birds in the house? I don't know what pet birds has to do with anything. Can I print X in my Y? Your tubing. The question is. All right, 202 PDF can harmful to pet birds. Really? That's a no one. I did not know that the gases from PTFE would hurt a bird. No, I have a Bowden 2 3D print creator. Long story short, I have an MK8 hot end, very old. I love the thing. It's the best PLA / TPU / multi-unit. I don't care. They work better with the PTFE lining than most of the all metal. If that's all you're doing with it, which is really all I ever do with this particular printer, is run PLA, TPUs, and occasionally PETG. So it's actually better to have a lined one than a all metal hot end because it doesn't stick and jam as much. All metal jams more often with PLA. Not that you can't print with all metal and PLA, but it's more of a pain in the butt. Anyway, I used to every month, about once a month, I'd have to replace the PTFE liner about once a month. So when Capricorn came out, they finally came out with a 3mm liner tubing instead of the 4mm, because where it's an MK8, it has a separate liner tubing than the standard PTFE tube. It's 3mm liner instead of the 4mm liner. Blah blah blah. I bought the 4mm or the 3mm liner, put it in there, never had a problem until today. Started jamming, and now stop. I started jamming this morning for the first time since I put it in 6 months ago, and that's what it looked like. That's the cap tube PTFE liner. And as you can see, the tip of it's all black, and it's all like swollen here, or actually not even swollen. It's the opposite. It's all shrunken at the end. So it's not infallible, but I have been using it for 6 months and running quite a bit of high temperature PLAs, which I run at 235, 240, usually, 230, 235. I very seldom kick them up to 240. And I got about 6 months out of it. And it ran absolutely beautifully last night. It was something this morning. So I don't know if the thing had a thermal runaway for a minute and cooked it, or if it just wore out. I mean, they say it won't last forever. I mean, they openly admit it. No, I don't think it's a temperature problem. I think it's just like anything, after a certain amount of time of running at high temperatures with all of these plastics, it's going to start wearing out. It's going to start freaking out, wearing out. The funny thing is the inside diameter, you probably can't see that, but inside diameter is perfectly fine. It actually looks like it thinned. The actual walls thinned, and the interior is actually bigger from the looks of it. But I have a feeling it separated from the nozzle and started doing like the classic, what they call hockey pucking between the nozzle and the PTFE tube. Like I said, it ran absolutely beautifully last night. I printed all this stuff last night on it. The wings, this body. I mean, you can see that's like gorgeous. And I had absolutely no problems with it last night. And I just literally reloaded the other wing onto it this morning. Hit print, went and had a coffee. It was printing beautifully. Started out absolutely perfect. And then, like 6 layers up, it started, you can see it, it's all under extruded. Looks like a really bad waffle. So I tore it apart. After doing a bunch of cold pulls, and even after the cold pulls, I don't know if you ever try it, but yeah, I mean, it might have had I highly doubt it, though, because when I loaded Marlin on this last time, I actually set my safety temperature at 250, which this stuff is supposedly easily handle. It should handle, they say, what, 300? This is the XS. This is their top of the line tube. Yeah. Well, normally it's like, when this is cheap filament. It's actually not cheap, but it's not expensive either. This is CC3D's silk copper, which, it's a Chinese cheapo filament in general. It was like $25 for a silk full. It's, basically the same idea as polyalchemy. Same similar silk filament. But anyway, I just thought I had a jam or something bad with the filament or got it dirty because I've had it a while and I haven't used that much. And it's not actually the cleanest environment in the world. So I figured I just got some dirt on the filament and got in the nozzle or something. But anyway, so I did a couple cold pulls. That didn't work. And after I do a cold pull, I manually jam filament and see how fast, I can feed it through with it at 230. And it was just binding. I mean, I could feed it through, but it was definitely not, you could tell by how much pressure you have to apply and how fast it's feeding through. So it screw it and tore it apart and found that. And when I first put this in, I was taking it apart for the first 2 months just to check it. Because like I said, the regular white cheap crap, I used to have to replace it every month, no matter what. Just did it religiously. And every time I did, the very tip of it was always turning brown and kind of puckery. After a month of, again, if I'm using HTPLAs and PETGs, it would pucker. If I was just running PLA, I'd be fine. But when I ran it like 230-ish, 225, 230 or above, it always browned the tip of the PTFE liner. So I used to just replace them every month. Stuff's cheap. This has gone 6 months. So I can't complain because the first 2 months I checked it and I ran a lot of high temperature stuff through it and it did not. It looked brand new every time I pulled it out. You could not tell the difference between used and brand new. But today it was goofy. So it got a new piece. And that's what seems to have fixed it. Because it's pretty well. Getting a weird look there. Oh, that's just the drag line. What's up, Skalda? So anyway, it seems to be fixed, but I really expected this to last longer, where it's the cap tubing. And again, I never run it above like 235. I've punched it at 240 a couple times with some PETG, but those are really small, short prints. So there might have been a thermal runaway this morning that I didn't see because, like I said, I hit print and walked away, and it just started printing, and it was fine. I mean, I always look at the first layer, but after that, I don't pay attention to it usually. And there was definitely an issue. But again, I have my thermal runaway set at 250, not 275. So if that thing ever hits 250, it shuts down. Yeah, I never expected to. But again, when I first got it, I was checking it every month for like the first couple, 3 months. I think October, I got it in August. We checked it a couple times in August, just because it's new and I wanted to see. But no, I checked it in October and November, and I think November's the last time I looked at it. Actually, no. I pulled it apart when I think it was in December. I pulled it apart and looked only because we were having a discussion on the other material. Because the whole extruder on mine is made out of HTPLAs, and myself and the guy from Protopasta there on Twitter, tells his name. Anyway, we were all having a discussion about annealing and using HTPLAs as printer parts, especially around the hot end. And I'm like, my hot end's been HTPLA for like 3 years and not a problem. And it's an MK8 where the extruder is bolted right to the heat board, heat distribution block, because there's no fins. The nozzle comes up from the heat break tube into a big aluminum block, and then there's a fin stuck off the side, but the extruder sits right on top of that heat block, and the HTPLA is like brand new. So I did inspect it then, because I pulled the extruder off, and whenever I pull the extruder off and the motors and all that, I usually tear the whole thing down and clean it and do all that. Yeah, if you're doing anything over 245, 250, you're gonna want an all metal. I would have all metal if I was going that high, but I never print anything like that. Oh, and most of that stuff stinks. And this is my bedroom. That would be my bed. So I am not printing gnarly crap in here at this point. I may in the future. I have a big old garage that if I can ever insulate, I can move them out there. But not at this point. It's all wired and everything. I just got to insulate it. Got heat, got wiring, got electrical. The only thing it doesn't have is plumbing and insulation. Yeah. I prefer line. I have all metal. I have E3Ds all metal. I have aftermarket all metal. I've got a couple, 3 of them. Wasted a bunch of money on them. And for especially TPU, which I do a lot with this particular printer, hates all metal. It jams constantly with all metals. No matter which all metal. I had an Micro Swiss. I had a cheapo aftermarket Chinese piece of junk, and I had an E3D in that, and every one of them, the PLAs, particularly the HT PLAs, the protopastas, and the I hate to say it, maker geeks. I have a ton of it still. I'm trying to burn it off. I used to love the Raptor. I still love the Raptor. I just hate the company. They all jam in all metals real easily. The HTPLAs just stick to the all metal. The minute you do any kind of retraction at all, it jams. So I just stuck with these because I'm not doing ABS. I do very little PETG. I mean, I average run that thing at 215, 210. So this shouldn't happen. But again, this last month or so, I've been burning off all my Maker Geeks. Basically just trying to get it out of here because I don't really want it around anymore. And rather get something newer, better. And they're all the colors that I've had for a couple of well, a couple of years, a lot of them. Usually they're the odd colors that I just bought because they were on sale, or a couple of times I did their Baker Geeks used to have their random bag. You buy 3 rolls of whatever color they want to throw you, and it was, like a third off. So it was actually almost half price because you got free shipping. You got the ended up being cheap for HTPLA, and a lot of times I didn't care about the color. So I have like a weird green, like a army green. I have the well, you can see that thing. It's like a steely kind of weird blue. It's not really a blue, but it's not really a gray. One of them battleship gray bluey blues, which is fine. I mean, for some stuff, I don't care what color it is. And then a boatload of purple, because this is all Maker Geeks purple, which is all, and that's what finally did it with me with them, is I ordered 3 rolls of Raptor purple and got 3 different color purples in one box. I was like, that's it, done. And I actually had another order after I got that. I put in another order because there was a sale on one of their, holiday weekend sales. It's like a year or 2 ago. I had 2 more rolls. Only received, or 3 rolls on order. Only received the 1. They kept saying, "Oh, we'll credit you or send whatever you want to do." I'm like, just send me the credit, and I'll order something else later. And oh yeah, we credited you, and I never got a credit, so I finally had to go through PayPal to get my money back. And that was the end of that. No more Maker Geeks for me. It's sad. Yeah, it sucks because the Raptor filament is a really good filament. It's not just your standard HTPLA. I don't know what he does to it, but it definitely is one of the better, easier printing HTPLAs. I love Protopastas, which is basically the same thing. They both use the 8700 Gen whatever PLA material, but I always have more problems with Protopasta than I ever do. Maker Geeks just always printed. I could screw up my settings as long as I was burning it a little hot, like 230. It always, I could be too high off the plate, didn't matter, it stuck. It just always worked. It was buttery smooth, printed beautifully. Still does. This is actually off with the From King. There's really nothing wrong with it. There's some ribbing, but that's the printer, not the filament. It was always held, prints beautifully. It's got a nice finish. It's not shiny. It's not dull. They always had nice solid colors. And it just gone way downhill since. And there's nothing wrong with the material they're making. It's the company. Yeah, I can't even. It's ridiculously expensive for that. And that was the other thing. Is Maker Geeks was an HTPLA that worked well. Was a little more expensive, but they were usually reasonable. You're talking $3 to $5 more per roll than anything you could buy off of like Amazon or anything of the quality film. It's not the super cheapos, and actually even the super cheapos back when I first started using Maker Geeks, they were not expensive. Everybody was in that same general price bracket. Filaments have come way down since then. But I always got them on sale too. I'd always, when they had their weekend sale and gave you 20% off or whatever, I'd buy 4 or 5 rolls. So I always got it pretty cheap. I don't think I ever paid more than $25 a roll for it, which is not. That's with shipping and everything. Which that's like Hatchbox range. Hatchbox is usually $20 to $25 depending on what you're getting. And they're TPU too. Maker Geeks TPE. It's actually, they call it TPE, which they're all they're all TPE. TPU is TPE, or TPE is TPU, or whatever. They're all the same material, but it's different processing with it, whatever. Their TPE is awesome. or used to be. Maker Geek's TPE it was incredible. I could print all day long on it beautifully. It printed like PLA. This was printed standing up. And that's Maker Geek's TPE. Oh no, that's the Maker Geek's PLA, regular PLA. This is TPE. Look how beautiful and clean that is. And that's Flex. Where's my TPE one of these? This was the test one I did first. That's regular PLA. The TPE, oh, here it is. The TPE actually looks clean. It's TPE. Printed standing up. Look how perfect that is. And that's Maker Geek's TPE. So is this. Yeah, all the TP. It's all TP is TP, and the Indians get to make their TPs. Oh my God, it's on that. Somebody's gonna call me racist or something because I said an Indian in TP. Whatever. Yeah, they're all basically the same basic polymer or whatever they are. There's slight differences in how it's processed, from what I understand. I don't even know the details. There's slight differences in the way it prints and the way it works, but they're all the same thing. But yeah, that Maker Geek stuff, I mean, just look at that. That's like holding that there. That does not look like a TP. You'd expect strings all over it, and, you know, sidewalls, bridging. I mean, that's bridging. That's bridged. That's not even supports. It was bridging with TPE. I mean, that thing is just like incredible, and it's Flex. I still have some of this. This is one thing I probably won't just burn off because I really like it. I'll only use it when I need to. Nope. Never used any of the polymakers. The only two expensive things I've ever bought, you know, ridiculously expensive, what I consider ridiculously expensive, are Polyalchemy and Protopasta. All the rest of those fancy ones, I just can't afford. In the Polyalchemies and the Protopastas, I only bought because of, not because they're great, because I wanted a certain color or a certain effect or whatever. You know, the Polyalchemies are just, I mean, look at them. That's Polyalchemy. They're just awesome filaments. This is a silk, which does the same thing. It's all shiny like it. There's a lot of people coming out with the silks now, which are the same thing as the Polyalchemies. Polyalchemy is still some of the best colors and best finish, you gotta say. I just prefer HTPLAs. Most of those imports are too expensive or too little. My number one, I have more Maker Geeks Raptor than anything. I have a whole box. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, like 20 rolls of Maker Geeks and variety. And actually, that's not all Maker Geeks anymore. I got some eSun in there now too because I burned off some of my Maker Geeks. I burned off a few of them. I gave away 2 rolls now, I think, too. I gave Wiley 2 rolls of Maker Geeks. The Dragon Silver and I think it was white. I sent him. Oh yeah, the Pearl White, which I had problems printing with both of them, which is why I sent them to him to see if he had problems, and he did. There was something wrong with them. I mean, he got them to print by printing them at like 240, but they weren't even the Raptor. They weren't supposed to have to be printed that high. Hey, what's up, Mr. Butter? Yeah, the PC Plus, isn't that like, it's the polycarbonate, isn't it? Whatever that is. I don't want to play with the high temperature stuff. I don't. Again, that's, PLA is fine. Occasionally PETG. And I found the HTPLAs do everything the PETG does. The only reason why I started using PETG again is because for the quadcopters, it's not that it's stronger, because the HTPLAs, once you anneal it, is actually stronger, stiffer, better impact resistant. HTPLA is like the best, believe it or not. People try and fight me on it, but I've been using it, and I've had crashes. But the PETG is lighter. That's the big bonus with the quadcopters. And you can save a gram or two in the print. This thing right here, I printed the whole thing in PLA, and then I printed the whole thing in PETG. And I think I saved like 10 grams with this in PETG, which is a lot when you're playing with one of these things. A lot of weight. This is all PETG. This is this green, yellowish green is all IC3D PETG. The orange and the purple are Amazon PETG. On basics. This is actually clear PLA. And these feet are TPUs. This is the Maker Geeks TPU. These leg supports, these are actually flexibles. So if I crash, it doesn't break. This little support right here, that's Maker Geeks TPE. And the orange ones are, I think they're actually E3D, or not E3D, M3D. You buy those little small rolls from M3D to Flex, and that's the only thing M3D ever did right was their flexible rolls. What controller? That is actually Bugs. I don't know if you've heard of the Bugs 3. It was a pretty popular, basic, everyday. All of my 3D printed quadcopters are quadcopters that have crashed, smashed, bashed to the point where I couldn't repair the frame anymore. So I designed and made my own frame and just slapped all the old electronics on it. I used to do it to the Spider, the tarantulas, the little toy grade. I shouldn't say little. This thing was the original frame. I used to take this thing, crash it, because back when this was new, you used to crash them, and this body is really flimsy, and it would just shatter. And you'd go to order a new body, and the body was cheap, but they had to come from China, and they put them in bubble wrap in an envelope. And by the time it got to China, it was broken. So we all just said, all right, later. Anyway, so I started designing my own frames. After I'd crash a quadcopter, I'd just slap all the electronics on my own frame. I didn't really build them from scratch. I would mod an existing one. If that makes sense. I gotta clean this crap up. And this one I can throw out. This I can throw out. All right, how's it doing over there? Are we still extruding fine? Oh, hell yeah. Holy crap, it's like gorgeous. You know, looking at this now, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. There you go, you can sort of see it. See how it's like textured on the top? I should have noticed it. It's very And this silk usually comes out perfectly, like unbelievably smooth. So that should have been a telltale sign that it was starting to under extrude. But oh well. It's all better now, it seems. Safety first. Yeah, I'm going to have to post a pic on Twitter. Be like, what's up, Capricorn? Can't really complain. Like I said, we've gotten plenty of life out of it for what it is. I mean, it's expensive, but it's $7 for what, 30 centimeters, it says. You use maybe 5 centimeters. So $7 a year for the heat break tube is not something I'm going to cry about. Just noticed I'm wearing my Earth shirt. Earth. That I got for free for working the door that I never worked. They told Chris I'd volunteer to work the door. Got there a half hour early. Everyone else had gotten there an hour early. You had a couple, 3 guys working the door, and they were all like, don't bother. There's enough of us. It's like, okay. So I never actually worked the door, but I got the shirt. Which, thanks Earth / Chris / whoever else was working Earth. Now I can't think of their names. Nick and his wife, Mr. Van Full of Puppies. Not the hell ever see this. I'm sure they don't even watch this. They're not on anymore. Neither one of them. It was fun when they first started getting on. Nick and his wife, what the hell's her name? I can't even remember her name. Can see her face. Nice person. Can't remember her name at the moment. Can't remember her handily thing. Online name. Oh well. Is anyone else streaming yet? Somebody liked my object on my mini factory. Snoopy Flying Ace. Oh, very nice. Thank you for liking my Snoopy Flying Ace. Yes. My throat's getting sore. I just got backsplash of coffee out of my cup. That was kind of funny. Yeah, coffee good, even cold. I like coffee. So anyway, there is that. And that is done. And it's almost noon. So I got to get out of here because I have to take my mother to a doctor's appointment or something. So I got to go. So I'm going to kill it. It's 11:45. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I hope I wasn't too boring. Sure I was. I'm off. Later.